So we spent an absolutely beautiful, peaceful night last night on Mill Isle Beach. The car park that we're parked in is free for overnight. There's no restrictions. This is a second car park where there are restrictions about parking overnight. But there's tons of space there, plenty of room for vans. There's another van there last night as well. And what an outlook in the morning. So yeah, right on the seabed really. You know, apart from the harbour wall, we were the waves were nearly lapping on the van. So yeah, that was great. So just taking Chili out for a little wander now and getting a feel for the area. So just behind that bank of clouds is Scotland, because we're about as close as you can get to Scotland in Northern Ireland as possible really. We're right on the northeast coast. We nearly didn't come here because we'd sort of gone up because we had pre-booked things to do. We'd missed out this kind of region and the mountains of Mourne. So glad that we decided to turn back around. It's so pretty around here, isn't it?
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Yeah. Morning everyone. Actually it's afternoon now. We've had a couple of lovely chill out days in Mill Isle, really quiet, lovely big car park. Even though the weather's been lovely and it's a bank holiday weekend here, it's not been too busy down here either, so lovely place to come take your dogs for a walk. Got woken up this morning by the waves hitting the back of the van, which was interesting. So yeah, it's a bit more blustery today. We were pretty close to the sea, but we're off inland for a little bit now. We're going to go along Strangford, and I do apologise for this. It's either Lough,
L-O-U-G-H.
Yeah, so it'll be the Irish equivalent of the Scots Lough, I think. But yeah, it's supposed to be pretty, so we'll report back soon. So we just stopped off at Nendrum monastic site, and this is an ancient medieval monastery dating back to the 5th century, and apparently was set up by a friend of St. Patrick. Steph's a bit fed up because she just pulled her camera out to take some nice pictures in the glorious sunshine, and she forgot to charge the battery, so now she's just carrying the camera around. Chili's always happy though, and the sun's out, so she's enjoying a bit of sun on her back for once, and it's warm as well actually. So considering the weather was like pretty rough last night, certainly like the van was shaking quite a bit as the waves were hitting it this morning. It's so mild now. There's a little bit of breeze, but we were just saying it's like shorts weather. This is like proper beer garden weather, and I'd say the first one of the year, certainly from the places we visited anyway. So long may that continue, I reckon. We've just parked up in Analong. There's been a bit of a drive actually, and it was so busy. We were going to stop near a place called Newcastle, just up the road from here, but it was absolutely heaving there. Genuinely, I don't know what's going on there. I know it's Saturday afternoon, it's quite a nice day, but it was absolutely boiling. It's alright, Steph's not having a seizure, I think. She's just dancing. So I'm going to have a bit of a chill out, but Steph's going to take Chili for a second walk of the day. Yeah. There's a nice little walk along the harbour wall. Yeah, again, just on the beach, which is amazing.
So I'm attempting to take Chili for a little walk along this designated footpath along the coast. She's in her hours though, because it seems to be that all the dogs in Ireland have come to this area, and we know how much Chile is scared of other dogs. So we're getting there, slowly but surely. The sun's out, so that's one thing. It's really scenic. We're right on the sea edge here. You gotta love these rock walls along here. There's no cement or mortar holding them together. It's literally just rocks piled up on top of rocks. Can't be causing a problem though, I guess.
It's a lovely clear morning this morning in Northern Ireland. Me and Chile are going to chill in the van for a little bit now. Steph's gone in to do a bit of shopping. We woke up in Analong, apart from the seas being a bit rough this morning and foam all over the front of the van. Lovely night, peaceful night last night. Again, just a bit windy, but nothing you can't handle, and not too cold or anything in the van at all. Just driven the high mountain scenic route through the Mourne Mountains, which was lovely. Yeah, and I think we're going to go back to Analong again tonight because it's such a nice little place. We didn't really get to explore it much yesterday, so yeah, we'll update you later. I'm just wondering how long it's going to be till Steph realises she's leaning her head against our dirty washing. Morning everyone. So we had a bit of a rude awakening this morning. We went back and stayed in Analong again last night because it was so nice the night before. It was very quiet last night, there wasn't anybody else around. And then this morning I woke up to somebody in a digger driving past, well, behind the van, and somebody dumping some rocks, so there was obviously some building work going on the site behind us. Anyway, the guys were fine. Once we woke up and sort of drove off, we've just parked up, had breakfast in an Asda car park, but actually it doesn't hurt us to get up a bit early today. We're going to do a couple of hours driving, try to get north of Belfast today. It's not that far. Maybe try and find somewhere to dump our waste and get some water put on board as well. So yeah, so we'll report back later. So just stopped up in Carrickfergus. You can see Carrickfergus Castle behind us there, which is actually a Norman castle. Been there for a long time. But the reason we stopped is there's one of these here. And this means that we can empty our toilet waste for nothing, and also if you buy tokens you can get fresh water, and you can actually hook up to electric as well. So we've been travelling around the UK in our van. Pretty much we've done the whole of the UK, around the coast anyway, for just under a year. We're just about 51, I think we're about 50 or 51 weeks in to Vanlife. Never seen an air to service before anywhere in the UK. I've seen two in about 5 miles of each other. Unfortunately they take tokens, and we don't know where to get the tokens from. It's all of 3 weeks old tomorrow, the Falcon. It's got 3 weeks of dirt on it, so it looks like it's been off-roading, to be honest. But we've stopped off today in a place called Glenarm, which is on the Antrim coast. It's absolutely gorgeous, actually. Got a little marina, free overnight parking for the van. There are apparently some facilities, motorhome facilities here as well, but we haven't found those yet. We're going to find them in a minute, hopefully. We're going for a little wander into town now, yeah, and just take in the local scenery, really. So it's just early afternoon now. We had a lovely night here in Glenarm Marina. Car park's still quite empty at the moment. We did find as well there's somewhere you can get water, though we don't think it's drinking water, over in the corner there. But it did let us rinse the windows off in the van, which was useful, so we can see out of them now. We're just going further up the coast now. We've got a couple of things planned to do today, as long as the weather holds out, and certainly it's glorious at the moment, so I think it will be a nice day again here in Northern Ireland.
We topped up the old solar energy this morning, haven't we?
Plenty of juice.
With that the last few days.
Plenty of free juice, that's what we like to see. So we've just pulled up in Glenariff Forest Park, so just a few miles in from the coast. Absolutely beautiful place. A hell of a viewpoint behind me here, looking down the valley towards the sea. Just going to have a little wander around the waterfall trail, so sounds promising, and what a beautiful day for it as well. Well, so far this has been a very nice, pleasant walk, but it's all been
downhill,
and the car park is uphill. So
Chris has said that he'll give me a piggyback on the way back up.
Yeah, no, I'm the driver, you give me the
sorted.
piggyback. Chili's going to carry us both up the hill, so that's
I'm not sure how that's
good news, I guess. But yeah, a very, very pleasant little walk anyway, so warning, sort of heavy breathing coming soon. So as you can see, Chili's given up on walking, and now she's turned into a proper chihuahua. So we were saying earlier, like, the amount of space given over in guidebooks to cities is kind of a bit disproportionate, really. And we, like, you know, we've been to some cool cities around the world, but ultimately they all start to blend together, they all turn into the same thing. And you know, that part of the reason for that is, you know, you've got your Starbucks, your Subway, your Costas, your McDonald's popping up everywhere, and that kind of takes some of the original character away from places. We much rather be out in the countryside, to be honest with you, and this is what we're all about. Like, beautiful scenery, sort of the nature is why we travel, really. So after our gorgeous walk through the forest park earlier, it was even better than we thought, because
We didn't have to pay in the car park.
we didn't, because there was no ranger on duty and the car parking machine was covered up, so it would have been a fiver, we think.
Possibly.
Either a fiver, maybe 13
Probably
quid.
double that because it's a camper van.
But it's free, and great. I'm now doing something else which is free, so yeah, I'll let you know in a minute. I don't know what the road sign at the end was on about, though, because clearly this is not that road. This is
The King's Road.
from Game of Thrones. It's actually known as the Dark Hedges, which is quite a cool name. We can't quite work out why. Might be because when it's in like full bloom, the canopy is quite dark. I don't know. But anyway, it's actually some rich person decided the long entranceway to their house was a bit boring, so had to plant like an ornamental tree-lined sort of thing. So
Driveway.
yeah, it's quite impressive though. So I think it's definitely off season. Still, well, it's about the middle of March now, so I'd expect things to be picking up a little bit. But sadly, the Dark Hedges experience is closed. I say sadly, but it didn't mean we didn't have to pay to park. And we didn't get pressured to go and look at something we didn't want to. So we just get to look at the Dark Hedges. So it was, yeah, a few miles out of the way, but worth the detour.
So we just found somewhere to park up for the night. Kinbane Head is called, a little car park down here. Some toilets as well, all for free. And just wow, what amazing scenery. So once again, loving the new van. We got some free water yesterday, topped up the whole tank, so I've been able to wash the old hair today, which was looking a little bit greasy. But oh, just have a look at this amazing shower room, which is just like a wet room. Awesome. So you can spray shower water around as much as you like, and it really doesn't matter, because then at the end you just get your little squeegee and then just squeegee the floor and you're sorted. Lush. I loved you, Tribby, but this one's much better.
So really, since we've come north of Belfast, like, the scenery has been spectacular, I have to say, but this has got to be one of the most impressive things we've seen so far. So this is just a couple of minutes up from where we parked last night, and this is the Carrickfergus Island rope bridge, which you can cross at certain times of the year. Apparently it is open in 2022, which is vague, but can't cross it today, unfortunately. But wow. Incidentally, everyone, this is a red letter day because it's March the 20 something, 3rd, 4th. You probably can't see because there's a big glare coming off the back of the camera at the moment, but Steph has got shorts on, and so have I. And me sandals. Happy days. Socks can go away now for 8 months. Brilliant news. So we're coming to see one of Northern Ireland's most famous attractions today, but I've just become hugely distracted by this. It's an automatic lawnmower. So that is the world famous Giant's Causeway. I haven't really boned up on everything about it, but I know the legend is that a giant named Finn, I want to say Finn McCool, it sounds like it's not right, but I think it is, that's laid the causeway so he could have a fight with another giant, then so big the giant was the other side, and smashed the causeway up and run away. True story. So the rocks on the causeway are the result of a volcanic eruption, and the regular hexagonal shapes mostly, although there are some 7, 5 and 4 sided ones, are the result of the optimum angle for the rocks to break when their cooling is 120 degrees. So not for the first time since I've grown up, in theory at least. I wish I'd spent more time listening to my geography teacher and what he was trying to tell me than joining in with my friends and making his life an absolute misery. So the causeway isn't unique. There are sites all over the world that show similar characteristics, but the Irish still refer to it as the 8th wonder of the world. So that was Northern Ireland's only UNESCO World Heritage Site, which is Giant's Causeway. I was just saying, it's a bit weird because when you walk up on it, I think you expect it to be bigger, but the more time you sort of spend sort of looking at it and staring at it and thinking about it, the more kind of cool it becomes, really. Yeah,
I don't think it's about the scale of it either.
No.
It's actually like looking at the kind of individual kind of rock sculptures and how like alike they all are, very alike.
Yeah, it's kind of It's a bit of a weird, one of those mind-blowing sort of natural phenomena. You kind of like, the more you think about it, the more your head hurts. Anyway,
put there
by aliens.
yeah
Yeah, it would explain a lot. That, for example. But anyway, it was £5 to park. We didn't go to the visitor centre because every review we read pretty much said that the centre itself maybe wasn't worth the money. So yeah, we parked up the road. It's about half a mile, 3/4 of a mile walk, say about half an hour to get from the car to the site. A bit of uphill now, but not too much, and back on the road. So we're just in the town of Bushmills, famous of course for its whiskey. Unfortunately, distillery's closed because of coronavirus still, so weirdly, I think that's the first. Well, there's a couple of touristy things which aren't open at the moment, but yeah, for the something which would be a major attraction of that to still be closed, yeah, when everything obviously back home now is back to normal, is a bit weird really. So our park up is a few miles down from the Giant's Causeway in Portrush, County Antrim. It's a proper motorhome facility, which is great, next to a council car park. There's an air service, so you can get water, dump your toilet waste.
£2 water, £2 for electric, and get rid of your toilet waste.
Yep, so it's £12 to stay overnight or 50p an hour, and we're just going to have a wander into town to see what the local facilities are like. And as an added bonus, when I just looked at my phone, there's a craft beer bar with, I quote, a vast selection of bottled beers. So I'm just going to go and take a look at that then. So Portrush's first gift for me was to be shit on by a bird. Wonderful.
I had to go and buy baby wipes to wipe it off of him.
So I knew I made a mistake washing this morning.
So apparently being shat on is supposed to be good luck, but for Chris it was bad luck, because we went to the bar and despite saying that it was dog friendly on the internet, it definitely wasn't. So we're going back to the van.
I've turned round and said goodbye to that vast selection of bottles that they had in the fridge, sadly.
Hi guys, thanks for watching this week's video. I hope you've enjoyed it. Once again, if you can click like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, we'd really appreciate it. Thank you, bye!